Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ashley here from ashleydigital.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking all about how to rank on YouTube because this is a thing that a lot of you will want to be doing, and rightly so, especially if you've done nothing online before. The biggest thing for you guys to try and get is traffic. Now, YouTube is a great resource for that because it is free and it is the second biggest search engine in the world after Google. So if you can utilize YouTube to your advantage, then you can get completely free traffic pretty much on demand and direct that to wherever you want it to go to. But in order to do that, and that's the point, that's the subject of this video, is you need to rank on YouTube because there's a lot of other people putting content onto here, and you need to rank your video highly so that people, when they're searching for different videos, yours shows highly up the list so that there's more chance of people clicking on your video and therefore watching your content and whatever your content's meant to do, whether that's monetization, whether that's directing someone through to your website, whatever it may be, there's more chance of that happening. So in this video, we will be talking about that. But before we start, don't forget to like. So click that like button below. Also hit the subscribe button because I will be uploading regular videos like this, trying to help you out with your online business or, like I said, getting traffic or whatever. And also hit that bell notification icon so that you're notified of any new content that I do upload to YouTube in the future. But let's get down to it. Let's get into this. And I'll show you how you can be ranking on YouTube, because once you know how, it isn't that hard. But let's look at my screen here. I've created a presentation and we can run through this in detail, okay? So how to rank on YouTube, it's easy when you know how. Now, I put it's easy there. I'm gonna take that, what I say to you, take that with a pinch of salt. It's not super easy. The premise is, and the things that you need to do every time you upload a video is, the non-easy part comes in when you need to be consistent with it. And you'll see this as I run through and describe it. That really is one of the biggest keys to this, okay? So if I move to my next slide here, so follow these points every single time you upload a video, okay? Every single time without fail, okay? Because everything I'm about to show you here and discuss with you is essentially appeasing the YouTube algorithm, because you've got to understand, like I said at the beginning of this video, YouTube is the second biggest search engine, and search engines run on algorithms. Now, in order for YouTube to essentially like your video and therefore rank you highly, you need to keep the algorithm happy. And there's a few things that you need to do every single time you upload a video to keep that algorithm happy. Now, the first one there, the first bullet point that I've got there is content, okay? Now, before everything, you need to create videos that people actually want to watch. Now, whatever niche you're in or whatever business you're running, or for whatever reason you're watching my video right now, you're going to be creating different types of content, okay? Now, you got to think, what I would normally do and what I did when I first started is, what kind of videos would I want to watch, okay? Because if you're doing something in your niche, the people watching a video in your niche are probably very similar to you because you're in the same niche too, right? Okay? Or if you're an American, niche, right? So create content that people are going to watch and therefore that you're going to want to watch as well, right? You've heard this before, content is king. Create things that people are going to want to watch. So whether it's entertaining, whether it's informative, whether it's actually useful, make sure it hits one of those, or indeed all three. All three would be great, right? But that is so important. I see people, doing the right things with YouTube and following these things that I'm going to discuss with you. But, I know their content's boring, or it's badly edited or badly filmed. And I'm not saying that you need professional equipment or anything like that. You can do this with just your mobile phone, your cell phone, okay? Especially if you're just starting out. Don't spend loads of money on amazing equipment and the most professional cameras and, microphones like this. I don't even know if you can see it, but I've got a standalone microphone here. You don't need that in the beginning. When I first started, I just got my iPhone. I got a what do you call it? A stand for my iPhone. And then I just put it in front of me, made sure that my framing was lined up nicely behind me, everything was nice and straight. And then I just hit record, filmed what I wanted to film, then uploaded that onto my laptop, and then obviously subsequently uploaded that onto YouTube. And that was fine for, I think I did that for a good year, maybe more, before I bought my professional stuff. And I'm not even that professional right now. I want to get lights and different things, but that's as you move through your journey. If you're starting out, everyone's got a cell phone. Use that. The sound is good enough and the video is good enough. You don't have to worry about the equipment so much in the beginning. It's about the content. So it can be, you can have a terrible cell phone, let's just say, but if your content again is engaging, useful, informative, and entertaining, then people will watch it over someone that's got a $5,000 camera and the best microphone in the world and lighting and all this stuff, right? So yeah, just make sure your content is up to scratch and you'll go far already. But that is the number one thing. That's why I put it as the first bullet point. As you can see on the second one, I've got consistency, and this is pretty much just as important as your content, okay? You need to be uploading consistently to YouTube to, again, keep that algorithm happy. If you're uploading, once a month or something like that, it's not enough. Now, I know everyone's got, you might have a day job, you might have, other responsibilities and things like that. And I completely understand that, okay? And so time restraints dictate that you may not be able to upload, let's say, every day. But if you can upload a really good piece of content every single week at the very least, then you're winning. Because you've also got to remember that you've got your competition as well. The algorithm is going to like someone that's uploading every single day, probably more than someone that's uploading every week or every month, okay? So if you can put 20 minutes aside to film a quick video, just like I'm doing now, edit it quickly, and you can learn how to edit, with different videos, and I may well do one of those videos. But you get it on regularly, keep at it. Do not quit. Do not give up. Keep thinking of new content to film. Maybe you've got knowledge about something, teach someone something, but do it nearly every single day or every couple of days, because that will really help you. And do not give up. Let's say that you upload 20 videos or 30 videos, and even after those 30 videos, you're not getting much traction. You're maybe not ranking so well, or even if you're ranking so well, if you've monetized your videos, you're not making too much money out of them, or you're not getting the leads for your business that you were looking for, or indeed if you're doing it for a third party, like a business is paying you for the service to rank their YouTube videos, and they're not getting the leads that perhaps you promised them. What you need to do is make yourself understand, and if you're doing it for another business, make them understand that this is a long game, okay? This is not a magic wand. I upload one video and I'm instantly making money or whatever, or I'm instantly ranking number one. No, that will not happen, okay? You've got to set your expectations correctly, that you'll probably need to do quite a few before you get that traction. But let me tell you, once you get that traction, it's like a snowball, okay? It really is like a snowball effect. The more you do, the more money you'll make, the better you'll rank, and it will continue and continue and continue. And you'll want to do it anyway, because you'll be like, oh my God, I'm riding this wave. I'm going to keep on riding this wave. And it will work like that. But you've got to keep consistent and not give up. All right. Now, the third keyword that I've got here, the third bullet point is keywords/tags. Now, basically what these are, you may have heard of them, that you may not. But basically what keywords or tags are you basically telling the YouTube algorithm that your video is about something. Okay, so let's say, for example, this video, one of the keywords I'll put on this video is how to rank on YouTube. Okay, now I'm telling the YouTube algorithm that my video has something to do with ranking on YouTube, so that when this video is uploaded and someone searches on YouTube, I don't know how to rank on YouTube, or ranking on YouTube in 2021, or whatever it may be, it could be a good possibility that my video appears, because the algorithm says, okay, this video is about this because I've tagged it like that. I put that keyword in there. Someone's searching for this. then hey, this is one of the videos that they could be interested in, okay? So you've got to put your keywords and tags into your video, and you do that when you upload your video. There'll be a tag section. I believe it's under more options. Click on more options and you'll have the tag section. Put a few in there. I think you have 500 characters that you can use maximum. Try and use as much of those as possible. So think about different things that people might be searching that your video would be relevant for. So how to rank on YouTube, or I don't know how to rank, or rank quickly in 2021, or things like that. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head, but you can do research on this, and I'll do another video around how to do keywords and tags specifically. But for the moment, there are lots of YouTube resources for you to learn about that. But make sure that you're putting the tags in there, because if you don't, then the algorithm doesn't know what your video is about. And then do you know what's going to happen? No one's going to be able to find your video. So all the effort that you've put in will be absolutely wasted. So that's really important as well, okay? Then the fourth bullet point that I have here is called checklist. And what I'll do is I'll actually link this checklist below this video in the description so that you can access it. There'll be various links down there, but there'll also be a checklist for you to basically tick off every single time that you upload a video, because again, you do need to do this to keep the YouTube algorithm happy, okay? So the first one here is title. Now, obviously your video is going to have a title. Now, what I would say with your title is, number one, don't make it too long. And number two, make sure you get some of your keywords into your title, because again, that doubles up on making the algorithm happy. So again, if I'm saying how to rank on YouTube, I'm gonna put in my title, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do right now because I'm just filming this. I don't know, maybe I'll put it in there. I don't know exactly the exact combination of words, but I'll put how to rank on YouTube in 2021. So without the in 2021, I've got part of my keywords in there, haven't I? So get your keywords into your title. That's super important, okay? Then the second one here we got is, or what we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is tags. So we've just talked about that, the keywords and tags. So make sure that you're tagging up just like I described before. Then we've got description. So I said that my checklist is going to be linked in the description below. The description is exactly what it is. You're describing the content of your video, but the description is also a great opportunity to put links out to different sources. So I've just said to you that I'm linking my checklist below. So one of those links in the description will be that. You may link to your client's website. You may link to your website. You may link to, an affiliate offer. Maybe you want to monetize it, maybe to an Amazon product or whatever. You can use the description to your advantage in that way. But obviously, first and foremost, it's meant to describe the content of your video. That's the main priority for it, okay? Last one here is cards. Now, cards, you've definitely seen this before on YouTube videos. You know when people say, look, there's something going to pop up here, or it's going to pop up just there. And it's like a box that appears, stays there for a few seconds, and then disappears. You've seen that before. That is a card. So once you've done your title, you've done your tags, you've done your description, you've uploaded your thumbnail in that part when you're uploading a YouTube video, you'll be taken to a second page where it'll ask you for cards and end screens. And we'll talk about end screens in a second, but the first one, it will say cards. You go in there, you choose a part of your video that you want a card, that box, to appear in the right-hand or left-hand corner. And that's basically, you can reference that in your video. So I could say, I've made a video about keywords, going into more detail. I'll link it here. And then you can choose exactly when that box appears, when you point, so that people can click through to it and watch that video as well. It's an opportunity for them, or for you to get them to watch more of your content on your channel, right? But you need to do it anyway, because this checklist, again, is keeping the YouTube algorithm happy. Now, if I go to my next slide here, we got the end screens that I mentioned previously. Now, end screens, I mean, it's fairly obvious from the name, right? It's the screen that comes or pops up at the end of your video, okay? So, it can come up with a suggested video or 2 suggested videos, or it can come up with a subscribe button with another suggested video. You've got a few options that you can change when you're uploading, but again, make sure that you're getting that in there. If you're a brand new channel and this is your first video, obviously you won't be able to do that. You'll be able to do a subscribe button, but you won't be able to obviously link to any other videos. But once you've been doing a few, you can. Link it to videos that make sense for maybe you've got a 5-part series. Well, then you're going to want to link to or put part 2 in your end screens, but make sure you're putting that there as well. Next one we got here is high res thumbnail. Now, don't worry too much about the high res. If you're using the service that I recommend, it's called canva.com. I'll link that below again in the description so that you can get to that nice and easily. That's a completely free service, and you can go into there and they will give you a template for a YouTube thumbnail, and then you can create your thumbnail. You put something to do with the content again, but you'll probably put the title of the video into that thumbnail. You might put a picture of yourself. You might put a picture of something again that's relevant to the content, and then you'll put that into YouTube, upload that with your video. And the thumbnails are really, really important, okay? You need to make sure that they're standing out. Any words and letters that you have in that thumbnail are standing out against the background, okay? We want to make sure that we can see those words perfectly. Nice bright colors, because you've got to remember that your thumbnail is essentially the first thing that is going to sell someone on clicking through on your video to actually watch your video. So it's super important that you're putting something into that thumbnail that's your USP, your unique selling point. Like, why should they click on your video over every other one in that list, in that search results, okay? So you need to get something in that thumbnail that's going to catch their attention, and it's going to give them a reason why they're going to watch your video versus anyone else's, okay? And you can create all of that in Canva. Go ahead and do that. Get used to it. Play around with it. You'll probably change your thumbnails a couple of times as you go through your YouTube journey, but that's one of the things that you definitely need to do. Then these two that I've got here is share on Facebook and shared on Twitter, okay? So really simple, just make sure that you're sharing on your, maybe you've got a page specifically for your YouTube channel, or maybe it's just your personal Facebook. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're sharing your video on there. So you'll just copy the URL, paste that into your Facebook post section and share it. Maybe say something about it like, hey, check out my video, but share it on Facebook, and do the exact same thing with Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, then obviously open it up and make sure that you're sharing on both those social media networks every time you upload a video, okay? Then make sure it is public, because if it's not public, because you can do private and unlisted. They're the two other options that you can choose. Make sure that you choose public, because obviously people need to be able to see it. If you're doing unlisted or private, then guess what? No one's going to see it, okay? So you're definitely not going to rank if you don't make it public, all right? Then we've got engagement. But before I go into that, we'll go back into that in a second. But look, if I open up my Google Chrome, first of all, look at the consistency, okay? Let's talk about that one first. I'm uploading every single week, multiple times per week. Look, 3 weeks ago, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos in 1 week. I mean, we've just had the Christmas New Year period, so I slowed down a little bit. But you can see that it's only 1 month, and look, 2 months. So I'm uploading quite a few videos very regularly. You see the thumbnails are keeping consistent throughout. That may be relevant to your channel, that it may not. You know, I'm doing reviews about different products that make money online, but that's why I keep them consistent. But especially with these type of videos that I'm filming with you now, I'm going to make them very different, because they'll be about different things, and I won't stay so consistent with the thumbnails that I create. But my point I'm making here is I'm uploading very regularly and multiple times. I've made sure that my channel keeps, you know, my channel art here on my background is in keeping with my thumbnails as well. And if I go to one of these videos that I made, well, when did I make that? A couple of weeks ago, you can see, you know, that I'm ranking nicely because of these things that I'm talking to you about. And then you've got, look, the video optimization checklist. This is exactly what I've been going through with you previously, okay? As you can see, right? So even other, you know, software plugins are talking about it. And look, saying tags are too short, tags are too long. I mean, because I've been doing this a while now, I don't have to worry too much about it, but these checklist points that I'm running through with you, you definitely do, okay? So make sure that your title isn't too long. Make sure that you do put enough tags in, because I don't have to keep the algorithm so happy now, because I've built up authority of my YouTube channel. And look, you've got closed captions, don't worry about that. Replied to a recent comment, I did. But sometimes it doesn't pick it up, so don't worry about that. But you can see shared on Facebook, share monetization enabled. You won't get monetization until you've got, I think it's 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 hours of watch time. Added to a playlist. That's another thing that you definitely need to do, is add to a playlist. So you just create a playlist in your YouTube channel and make sure that every video that you upload, you put it into a playlist that you've created. So for me, I've got all of these reviews. I upload these reviews into my playlist called, you've guessed it, reviews. So, but if you're creating different ones, it might be for different clients or it might be on different subjects, and you've got a different playlist for each one of those subjects. Make sure that you're adding your video to those relevant playlists. And then we've got the public one that I just mentioned to you previously. All right. So you can see that what I'm teaching you works because I'm ranking nicely for certain keywords that I've attached to my video. And I just wanted to show that to you to just kind of show you that what I'm talking about does work, all right? But then the last one here is engagement. Now, this one's really big, and it is the one that a lot of newbies miss out on purely because you're a newbie, right? So you might not have a huge amount of engagement if you're just first uploading because your channel doesn't have any authority. The YouTube algorithm doesn't know about you, doesn't know about your channel. So although that you're following all these points that I ran through with you, you're doing the correct things to rank nicely, you may not get many views. And if you're not getting many views, then you're not getting the potential for any engagement. And when I'm talking about engagement, I'm talking about likes, I'm talking about comments, and I'm obviously talking about views as well, right? So a big thing that I recommend that you guys do, and this is completely up to you, but it's what I do, is I use a service called Tubeze. Now, I will link that below so that you can access that and you can use it if you wish. You pay a bit of money, and basically what this service does is they will give you views, they will give you likes, and they will give you comments. Now, you've probably heard about these services before. You might have seen them on Fiverr.com, for example. Fiverr.com has a ton of these gigs, but they're 9 times out of 10, they're not very good. They're normally run by bots. And if they're run by bots, they're not going to be good quality views. The comments they're going to leave have nothing to do with the content that you've created. So they're just not going to be very good. And at the end of the day, they're not going to help you to rank. Whereas Tubeze is a great service run by real people. It's not bots. And they actually watch your YouTube video and they comment relevant things based on whatever your YouTube video is about. So especially if you're new and you're looking for a quick way to build up your authority and to get ranking much quicker, like the points I mentioned will help you, yes, but it will take some time. If you want to get there quicker, use that. I'll put the link below, click on it. They have different packages for the amount of likes or views that you want to use. Choose one of those and then pay your money and there go and do it. And then you'll start ranking, okay? Do that for every video in the beginning that you upload, or I still do it now. So I'm saying in the beginning, but I keep on doing it because it only helps my channel more and more. So every single video that you upload, use that service. I highly recommend it. But of course, check it out for yourself. The option is below, all right? Then the last one I've got here is about that consistency point, because it is really the case. Now, I know what it's like for you guys. You're getting brand new into this, for example. Maybe you're not, maybe you've been doing this for a while, but I know how easy it is to become demotivated and therefore how easy it is to stop being consistent. But power through, okay? Because you will thank yourself and you may thank me down the line when you're, 6 months, you've been uploading regular videos and you now ranking, okay? And now you're making money from your videos, or you're getting so many clients because they just can't get enough of your expertise and your service because you get ranking videos quickly and nicely, okay? So make sure that you stay consistent. You can see there, upload quality content regularly and you won't fail, okay? I can assure you of that. But 9 times out of 10, the people that fail are the ones that give it a try, short burst of motivation, give up and move on to other things, okay? Do not be like that. Do it more and more and you will be laughing all the way to the bank, okay? Because you will have an asset online that is completely yours. You'll have your channel and then you'll have an audience and you can upload things and it's just great, okay? So that is it from me, guys. That is my video on how to rank on YouTube. If you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. I answer any and all questions that I get, and I'll be happy to help. But yes, make sure that you're subscribing. So smash that subscribe button below. Also hit the like button as well, because as you can see, and as I've explained to you today, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also hit the bell notification icon so that you're notified of any new content that I upload to YouTube in the near future. But that's it from me. Keep safe, keep well, and I'll speak to you very soon. Cheers, guys.